Hey everyone, welcome to our latest tax chat segment. Danielle, you want to get us started?
Sure, thanks, Justin. I'm Danielle from the Legal Aid Society of Columbus's tax team, and I'm here with Megan Sullivan, Director of the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic at the Legal Aid Society of Columbus, and Melissa Skilder, Director for the LITC of Southeastern Ohio Legal Services. Today, we are discussing filing deadlines and exemption releases. Feel free to leave us a comment below and we'll answer what we can. To start us off, Melissa, when do I have to file my 2021 tax return?
The due date for filing a return for 21 is April 18th, 2022. That means you need to have either submitted it electronically through a e-filing site, or you need to have put it in the mail so that it can be postmarked by that April 18th date.
And does that mean I won't get a refund if I miss the deadline?
No, you can claim a refund as long as you file within 3 years of the filing deadline. If you're due a refund on your federal return, you can file your return up through April 15th, 2025. If you have until April 15th, 2026 in order to claim a refund on your Ohio return.
And if I owe on my return but can't pay, should I still file by the deadline or wait until I can pay what is due?
You should definitely file on time. If you owe on your return and file late, the IRS is going to assess late filing penalties. And the state of Ohio will assess late filing penalties even if you don't owe on your return if you have a filing requirement and file late.
And if I can't file my return on time, should I request an extension?
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea to request an extension if you can't file on time, whether or not you owe, but definitely if you owe. You have to file that extension on or before the due date of the tax return that Melissa was talking about, so April 18th this year, 2022. And then if you file your return by the extended due date of October 15th, you'll avoid any late filing penalties. It also extends the deadline on that 3 years to request a refund.
And how do I request an extension?
It's pretty easy. You can e-file a request for an extension for free by using Free File on the irs.gov. If you go to their website and search for extension, it'll bring up your options there. You can also print the form for requesting extension and then file that by mail. If you're in Ohio, you send that request via certified mail so that you can track it to the Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, Ogden, Utah. That's OGDEN, Ogden, Utah, 84201-0045.
And does an extension give me more time to pay?
No, if you're going to owe money, you're supposed to make that payment of the money due by the filing due date without regard to the extension. The form that you'd be submitting to request the extension requires you to estimate how much you owe and gives you instructions on how to make that payment.
Thanks, Melissa. Let's talk about claiming kids as dependents and how to release dependency exemptions. When parents aren't filing a joint return, how does the IRS decide who can claim the child as a dependent?
The IRS starts deciding which parent is the custodial parent for tax purposes. In this question, the IRS looks at which parent the child spends more than half of the nights of the year with. The parents, though, can agree to let the other parent claim the child, or a court can make an order requiring the custodial parent to let the non-custodial parent claim the child. This releases the exemption, which follows the child tax credit. But as a reminder, the earned income credit will always stay with the parent where the child stayed more than half of the nights of the year.
And my divorce decree, or custody order, says that it is my turn this year to claim my child who doesn't live with me for more than half the year. What exactly do I need to do?
You'll need to get a Form 8332 release of exemption form that's signed by the parent with whom your child lives for more than half of the year. If they sign that, they can release that exemption to you.
And what if they won't release the exemption to me? Can I just claim my child?
If you don't have the release form, the IRS won't allow you to claim the child. If the other parent's not following the court order, then you'd need to address that in family court. Typically, that would mean filing for contempt in the divorce or custody case that address the tax exemption.
And can't I just send the custody order to the IRS?
Generally, no. The IRS wants that specific form and will not look at your custody or divorce paperwork for court orders that were completed before 2009. That used to be the rule, and that used to be something that would work, but that has changed. And so any custody or divorce decrees that were entered after 2009, you're going to need that 8332 form.
Melissa, can you tell me exactly what I need to do?
So you start By going to the other parent and making sure that they're aware of what it is that they're supposed to do and what it is that is contained in your decree. It's generally best to give them a copy of that form and ask them to sign. If that doesn't work, then you're probably going to need to file a motion to ask the court to hold them in contempt. If they already filed a tax return claiming the child, make sure that the court knows that too. There are possible remedies that you can ask the court for that include ordering the custodial parent to amend their return if they've already filed, to remove that child, and then to sign the form 8332 to allow you to file your own return. You can also present evidence to the court that shows the impact of not being able to claim the child on your tax return, and ask the court to ask the other parent to pay you the amount of that your refund was reduced or that your tax debt was increased. It's up to the judge to decide exactly how to handle each individual case and decide whether they're going to hold the other party in contempt, and then what the appropriate remedy would be.
And do you have any advice for custodial parents? Like, what if the custodial parent is in a situation where the other parent hasn't been paying child support or kept a visitation schedule, but they still get the tax benefits?
That doesn't seem fair, but the custodial parent does still need to follow the court order, or they risk having the other parent follow the process Melissa talked about to try to hold them in contempt. But they may want to file a motion with the court to modify the existing order to see if the judge will change it based on the current situation, and that can at least provide some relief for future years.
And what if a custodial signed the form 8332 releasing the exemption for future years and have now changed their mind?
Well, if there's no court order and this was just by agreement, the custodial parent can reverse that release on the same form 8332. They should just file that form with their tax return where they're starting to claim the dependent.
Thanks, Megan, and thanks, Melissa. Thanks everyone for watching, and if you have any questions that we didn't answer, please leave a comment below and we'll answer what we can. You can visit our websites at www.columbuslegal.org/get-help/taxes or at www.seols.org/tax-resources for our in-depth videos on a variety of tax-related topics. I'll be back here on March 25th to discuss refund amounts. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Danielle. And thanks to everyone for tuning in today. As Danielle mentioned, we'll be back here on Friday, March 25th, and we hope you'll tune in then. Thanks.